Ken Burns has said that the national parks are America's best idea, and that's a very true statement. I'm Mary Morgan, and I have traveled to 55 national parks around our whole country, and they are America's best idea. Each one has a great highlight, be it a waterfall, ships, battlefield, monument, wonderful landscape. They're all a great idea to preserve. I write these books to inform children what is around our country. Why go there on vacation? Why not go and camp there? Have an adventure, just like I have for my books. Ben and Becca Cooper are a set of twins from Lansing, Michigan. Now that's where I'm from, and so I let my main characters be from Lansing. My first book is set in one of Michigan's national parks. Now, in all of the books, especially in the Pictured Rocks book, Ben starts out with his binoculars. He loves to spot things that are going on. Becca, his twin sister, has her camera, and she, in a lot of these books, catches a very significant picture. Many people don't know where Michigan's Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore is at. It is here in the Upper Peninsula along Lake Superior, where there are a lot of sunken ships. You can canoe, kayak into one of the cliff areas. You can camp there. You can have s'mores at a campfire. You can just have so many great adventures. Now, in each of my books, I have a little extra learning section. Now, Becca, she travels with her travel trivia book, and she is forever telling her family, FYI, for your information, and she will tell them some major and important fact, like the capital city or what they can expect. So in the back of this book, I have what I've called Becca's FYIs, so that boys and girls, they'll have a map. They might have a camping recipe. You might get a famous poem. You might see pictures and a clue as to where you're going on the next adventure with the twins. They're all special little codes that you get to decode the message. They're kind of fun. I also include pictures of my main characters and the new friend that they pick up in each national park. And there are more children in my life who are having a good time getting well known. My second book is The Face at Mount Rushmore. Now, Ben and Becca's uncle is a geologist out in South Dakota, and they have been invited to go there to South Dakota for a very important 4th of July ceremony. Now, the twins live here in Michigan, and they travel out here to South Dakota to see the Black Hills and see what's there at Mount Rushmore. Now, all the kids like dogs. And in this book, I introduce Buster the dog, who becomes the hero. Now, I also work with rangers in each of the parks that I go to. I interview them. They give me inside scoop. I pick up my copy of the Junior Ranger book. So I weave some of the assignments that boys and girls can work on while they're at the park through the books so that the boys and girls know before they go what to expect in a Junior Ranger book. It's just kind of another fun thing that I like to put in, along with the history, geography, fun highlights of each of the locations, and little known facts that boys and girls will just feel like, wow, I learned something new. Several years ago, Gettysburg had the 150th anniversary of the famous battle during the Civil War. So I put book number 3, Spies in Disguise at Gettysburg, in a Civil War location. In this book, I have boys and girls from the North compete against boys and girls from the South playing the games of the 1860s. They have to wear the old clothes, sleep in the old tents, run in the old shoes, and play games that kids did back then. I can't tell what I introduce in this book, but it makes everybody get the willies when they read that part. But it's another great way to introduce history, American history, Civil War era, to boys and girls in Gettysburg. America's first national park was Yellowstone. So book number 4 is Snowed In at Yellowstone. Millions of people go to Yellowstone out in Wyoming every summer. But during the winter, not very many people go. The park is still open, and they get 50 feet of snow in the upper elevations, much less down in the lower elevations. But what does it take for animals to survive in the wintertime? What is it like for the rangers? Did you know that some rangers have to ski to work each day? Yes, at Yellowstone, rugged national park, but it is open for families to come. The Cooper family, they go there at Christmas time, and they learn all about bison, elk, and so many other big animals that hover right near the hotels. Kind of a cool place to go in the wintertime. Double Trouble in the Everglades takes place down in Florida, right down here at the tip of Florida where the ocean meets the freshwater areas. The Everglades, just foot-tall grass, water going through it for many miles. You can go and experience what is called their triathlon. You can hike, you can bike, you can canoe. But you always have to be on guard, watching for the gators that are all over the whole park. When I was there and I rode my bike around Shark Valley, there's no sharks there, but there are lots of alligators that come right out onto the bike path, right where you want to ride. We went out walking into the swamp. I was waist deep in water where there are alligators, pythons, water moccasins, and no fences to keep them away from you. You can canoe out into the 10,000 island area. Great park to explore if you like science and learning about the ecosystem. Great fun place for twins. Oh yes, Double Trouble in the Everglades. Everyone is a twin. New adventures for Ben and Becca. Another famous park is Grand Canyon. So book number 6 is set there. Twisted Trails in Grand Canyon. This park is located down here in Arizona, 2,000 miles away from Michigan. So the twins get to fly there, and then they take a train right up into the Grand Canyon. This one is about the Bright Angel Trail. It's a 9-mile trail that goes down into the canyon. Many people hike around the top of the canyon, but they don't experience what it's like to go down way into the canyon, camp overnight, and then come back up the next day. Well, this is where the Cooper family has a reunion with relatives. So Ben and Becca meet some new cousins, but somebody's doing something. I can't give that away. Fun book, learning all about Grand Canyon and even what it takes to rescue someone who has an unfortunate experience. Now, if you're into the Revolutionary War era, early American history, get this book, To If by Tea in Boston, book number 7. Boston is over here on the Atlantic Ocean. See, when I introduce geography, I sent my books around the country so that boys and girls can learn what's in different areas of our United States. So, Boston, all early American history. This is a scavenger hunt on the very famous Freedom Trail. For 2.5 miles, 7 teams of boys and girls are working their way around, trying to find clues, but things are being sabotaged. Kids are getting hurt. A bully is loose. I interviewed teachers and guidance counselors asking them, what is the best advice that you can give to boys and girls who are being bullied? So I interject that into the book. Great history, great lessons for kids to learn and want to go to one of our early cities. Most everyone dreams of going to Hawaii. I have been to the islands, and in fact, I was there in 2018, just after Kilauea started to steam. And as I was there researching the island and the volcano, I thought, hey, let's put the STEM program into this. That's science, technology, engineering, and math, so that boys and girls are learning to do experiments. And they will learn what is going on in and under the ocean, in the air, underground, whatever the evidence is. They did experiments to show what is happening. Now, we all know that Michigan is here, and you get to the islands, it's way off my map over there. But it's a great place to go, to explore, to see the beauty of the islands, but also, what is a volcano like? Great, great adventures there. So these are my books. They're affordably priced, $7.95. They can be obtained at nationalparkmysteries.com. Safe reading for children. But little brothers and sisters said, we want a book too. So I wrote The Runaway Lawnmower for preschool or early readers. It's an adventure of a lawnmower who escapes the garage in the fall and has a fun time in the neighborhood until something happens to him and he needs to be rescued. It's a fun book, but as I was reading it at a school one day, the Spanish immersion teacher said, that's such a great book, it should be translated into Spanish. And it was, and I won an award for Spanish literature. Now, some families who know Spanish buy the English version and the Spanish version to have as companion books so that their early readers can learn both languages, and those children who know English, their families buy the Spanish version so that they can also learn Spanish. So they're kind of fun books for children. There are downloadable coloring pages that children can color as you are reading to them. Again, on each page there is a hidden worm, so little ones have their own adventure trying to find the worm as you are reading the story to them. These are affordably priced at $9.95. All books are safe reading for children and makes them want to pick up a book and read it for themselves. They are available at nationalparkmysteries.com. That's nationalparkmysteries.com.